Well, we all love adding drama to our scenes and capturing more dramatic scenes because oftentimes those are the images that are really visually compelling and those that are going to stick with our viewers. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how to create a little more dramatic skies. Whether you just captured a really beautiful sunset or sunrise, maybe you captured some stormy gray clouds that you want to make more dramatic, or anything like that. I'm just going to show you how to make those images with those skies a little bit more dramatic by not only increasing the drama in the sky, but also I'm going to show you a little trick for the landscape as well that has definitely struck up a little bit of controversy lately with this really new tool that I released a video on a few weeks ago. I'm really excited to show you guys all these tricks. Let's go ahead and jump right on into Lightroom to show you how to do this. I'm going to be using Lightroom Classic for today's video, but no matter what editing software you use, you can definitely do these similar things with very similar workflows. So let's look at the first image first, and the sky already looks kind of moody, but the whole image is just shot too dark. You'll notice when I bring up the exposure, now we've kind of lost the drama and the mood in the sky. Now, a lot of people might just go in and hit black and white. I'm not a huge black and white guy. I think we can do a lot here with color and adding drama to the sky, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. So as you go through and adjust your image, you're going to do your basic sliders here, your highlights, your shadows, your whites. Now, typically for landscapes, you're going to bring the highlights down, but I actually might bring them up here, and then I might bring the shadows just up slightly, the whites up slightly to punch everything, and then the blacks up. Now, you'll notice if I drop the shadows, or the highlights, it will really flatten that image, whereas we can bring back a little bit of that contrast just like that. We can add some saturation and some vibrance just in there like that. And then we can go into our tone curve. This is where we're really going to kick in some contrast in the scene just like that. But what you'll notice is we're starting to get these clouds that are just simply too blue. So I'm going to show you how I go about fixing that and then how I add more drama to the sky. Because one thing that you'll notice when people try and add more drama, they'll do it with the curve or with the contrast slider. And as you do that, you make the blues way too saturated, which kind of takes away from the drama. It makes your image look really overcooked. So you can go down here into your color mixer and you can sample a color. We're going to grab this blue and then we're just going to bring the saturation down just a little bit. And then we also have this variance slider. If we bring it up, it'll push the blues further apart. If we bring it down, it'll pull them closer together. I'm just going to pull it down just a little bit because I just want to decrease the difference between the blues just a hair. Somewhere in there looks good. While we're here, we'll also grab this foreground color and we will saturate that a little bit more. Just like that. So that's really all that I'm going to do to get started here. Now I want to go in and really make that sky moody, really make it kind of pop a little bit. So what we're going to do is go into our masking tools. These are going to be at the top. We're in the develop module again. At the top here, you've got your masking tools. And a lot of people would go in and select sky, but I'll show you the problem. When you select sky, you can see how it's kind of muddy around the tree and it's muddy around the horizon here. So instead of doing that, we are going to do landscape. Now this usually works, but not always. But if we do landscape, we can select everything except for sky. Now notice our mask is much more defined on the edge, which is very, very good. Now, of course, we still have this highly detailed tree, which may give us, this may give us some issues when we mask. So we're going to have to be a little bit cautious when we mask, but it is better than the original mask that we had. So now that we're in here, uncheck that, bring that open. Now we have this mask here of just the foreground. So we want to, first of all, just invert this. That's going to select our sky. And now we can go in and make some adjustments. So now that we have the sky selected, you can see if I adjust the curve. And obviously you can see if I go too far, our tree starts to look a little bit rough. So we are not going to go that far. We are just going to grab the curve and bring it down just a little bit. And I know we already did the curves, but that was globally. Now we're doing it to just the sky in the image, essentially, just like that. I want to decrease the saturation here. And I might even try warming this up just a little bit. I don't want to go so far to where now everything appears yellow, but I do just want to get rid of the blue cast just a little bit and maybe kick back in some magenta. Just like that, maybe not that much. Go back in, down to the curve. We're going to punch that down. Now I do want to go up here and increase the shadows because I don't want to completely kill the shadows over here. And I do want to bring the highlights down just a little bit to make that sky match just a little bit better. And then I can go back in and continue to darken. I just kind of want things to feel really cohesive in the scene. And if I get too greedy with the curve here, things start to look a little bit wonky in the scene as we go along. So again, we'll reduce the saturation just a little bit. Now, the one thing I find that's really going to help to make these moody scenes moody is definitely a vignette. So you can see, what we've done so far. We're doing a pretty good job. We can also hit the button below the delete key. You can kind of see the difference, the before and after. This was very similar to my original edit, and then this is the edit that we just made. I want to create a new mask here, and I want to create a radial gradient, and I want to open that up to about like that. Hit the 3 dots. And I'm going to hit invert. We want the feather to be somewhere around 20 to 30 for a vignette, and then we're just going to drag this down. Now we can shape our vignette a little bit. We probably want it a little bit less in this top corner and more on the bottom. So we can bring this down. And I just want to protect this upper left corner, so I might go in and subtract just with a brush. Make sure you've got 100% or 100 feather. Just subtract this a little bit from these dark clouds. And maybe I went just a hair too far. Subtract with brush. Just hit that in there. Okay, that looks better. We can also add and then add a linear gradient if you want to continue to darken from the bottom. You can see that nicely darkens the scene there. And then if you wanted to darken this corner a little bit more, you could add with a brush. And then let's do lower flow, maybe 20%. And we'll just darken that corner a little bit, make this image feel a little bit more cohesive. Let's add a little bit back up here, just like that. Okay, so now you can see we've got a little bit more moody sky where everything is kind of synchronized together. You can see this is what we started with. This is kind of what we ended with here. You could add more contrast in the sky, but I would be careful with it. Now let me show you the second image, and this one we're actually going to do something pretty cool on the foreground as well using a relatively new plugin. So if we were going to edit this one again, we'd bring the exposure up. This one we would need to bring the highlights down because we've got some brights up here. But what you'll notice is the image is just really, really flat. It's really lacking. Even if we bring up the saturation, it's looking a little bit better. We'll go down to the tone curve again, add a little bit in there. Go down to point color, we'll select these blues. Again, I want to drop this variance to make things a little bit more similar, and then lower the saturation, maybe increase the luminance just a hair, and then maybe we want to adjust the hue. There we go. Let's check that out. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We'll go back in to our adjustments here. If we select landscape, I'm not sure if this one will do a good job on the selection, but we'll see. Looks like it's done pretty good. So we can check all of these boxes and hit create. Again, this is much better than a sky selection mask. And we may also need to click add with a brush and then just touch up these areas down here. Flow at 100. Just like that. We'll make our brush a little bit smaller and go over here to the size. Just paint over that. Just like that. Okay, now we can go up to the 3 dots, click invert once again. We can uncheck show overlay there. We can scroll down and create that S curve once again. Just kick that contrast in there and go back up, drop that saturation. Okay, so we're starting to look decent here. And now maybe we can even lower the exposure. There we go. That's really going to make that kind of look dark and moody if we do that just a little bit. Maybe want to drop the whites just a little bit. Increase the shadows. So you can play around with this to get it exactly where you want. I also want to go in and add the vignette before I show you this plugin. Same thing, radial gradient. Make this nice and big. We will invert this. Again, invert that mask so we're just selecting the outer edges for our gradient. Okay. We can adjust this around. You can do Command- to zoom out. Somewhere in there. Now the image is a little bit dark. You could go in and raise the exposure, but what I'm gonna do is actually gonna bring the exposure up. So I'm gonna leave it as is. But you can see that, making these adjustments to the sky is as simple as making that sky selection, then maybe going in there, doing a little bit of contrast, maybe a little bit of darkening, but editing the sky selectively different from the foreground. Now, if you have an image again like this, where now it's kind of looking a little bit flat, even though we have this nice moody sky, I want to show you this plugin. It's from Luminar. There has definitely been a lot of people that have liked it and a lot of people that haven't liked it. So I'm not going to be the one to tell you whether it's good or bad, but I'll show you it. So once you have this plugin downloaded, which I'll link a video here where you can see me use that plugin to decide if you want to get it or not. But you'll go to Edit In and then hit Luminar Neo. And then these are the settings that I like to use. Hit Edit. It's going to load the image into Luminar Neo, which should pop up down here. Perfect. We've got our Luminar Neo here. Let's make the screen a little bit bigger. Once you're in here, you go to Edit. You go all the way down to Light Depth, and then you increase this. Now, this creates a depth mask. It's pretty crazy how you can adjust the light in your scene. Now, this video is not sponsored at all. I'm simply just showing you this tool because I think it's pretty cool. And it's good for images like this where you want to create that really moody sky. So I'm going to just, if you adjust these two little handlebars here, it increases or decreases like the feathering on the effect almost, somewhere like in there. You can increase the softness to make the effect a little bit softer if you want. And then, if you want to change the temperature, make it just a little bit warmer. You have some advanced settings for brightness near. I already applied the vignette, so I don't want that to be too far. And then brightness far. I don't want to adjust that too much yet either. And I'm just going to go back up and play with the amount a little bit. Bring that down just a hair. So you can see, that brings some light into the scene. Kind of spits some light down here. You can adjust this as you see fit. But that's how you use that tool and create that little bit more moody image. You can see, now we're working with this, whereas we started with an image that looked like this. So a little bit more moody image. It's up to you to decide if you want to use that tool or not. But that is generally how I go about making adjustments to my skies to make them a little more moody. It might seem very simple. I hope that it does, because it is really simple. It's just mostly creating that good sky mask and then using that tone curve to kind of pull down the brights or pull down the darks and maybe increase the brights or just hold the brights where they're at. And then of course, as you do that, you need to decrease the saturation because otherwise the blues are going to get too oversaturated. So try this on your moody skies. You can see I have two like moody gray sky, gray cloud scenes. But if you have like a great sunset or sunrise, this will work really well for those type of images too. So make sure you give that a try. Otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, or if you try this and it works great for you, I'd love to hear from you down below. Drop me a comment. Please make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. It helps me to grow my channel and I will help you to continue to become a better photographer. My name is Austin Jackson. Greatly appreciate y'all being here. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.